Hey guys, it's Erin Elizabeth, healthnutnews.com. We got a little fake fire going over there, and I just want to show you a quick video here. How to spot a troll and how to shut them the F down. We got to just show you guys this stuff. So I don't want to show anybody's pertinent information. So this is my group, Holistic Lives Matter. There's approximately 56,000. When I accept all the new people, there'll be 57,000. Usually I have somebody do that for me, but I'm training a few new people, so I'm trying to make everybody's work easier because somehow I'm doing all the 80 hours of work I usually do and training new people, but we're doubling our team because we just need so many people. So Holistic Lives Matter, and you guys might have a group. So if you do, you'll see that people, what they do. Hey, Susan. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, another Susan Breimer, Susan Chalice. Hey, Scott. All right. So what they do is they have to fill out information. And so I don't know, you just become so intuitive after doing this so long. I'm going to share this everywhere. So Holistic Lives Matter. I also have Erin, which you're on, Erin at Health Nut News. But get in the group, Holistic Lives Matter. It's about the holistic doctors, holistic doctor deaths, etc. I did not choose the name. No, it does not mean any disrespect to BLM. That's Black Lives Matter, not Bureau of Land Management. And so there was this Stephen Howard guy. I don't care. I'm just going to show you. Looks like you could call it a troll file. So it's just something that he said here. Stephen Howard, it says that he's in 2 groups. That's not a lot. It says, do you promise not to sell anything? Da, 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 da. And then it says you can provide your email if you'd like to get our full-length book. A lot of people say no, but he said, no, thanks, I'll be fine. And it was just something, you go with your intuition on this. So, and it was just his picture. It's not a real picture like my own picture is. And I just had an intuition. So I went to Stephen's profile, and let's see what he likes. So sorry you're getting called out, troll, but you're not getting in my group, because what you're doing is a lot of you and your little troll friends, I don't know if you are personally, but your troll friends are taking screenshots of our group and posting them elsewhere. So what we do is we shut you down and we give you a smackdown. Sometimes you get called out live. Dr. Farah Bunch, welcome. What a privilege it is that I see Dr. Farah Bunch on here. You guys might know that she is the one who fled the Philippines for her own safety. Her life was threatened. Hey, Lily Wen, by the way. And but we'll get Dr. Farah Bunch. You got me all ADD now. We're so honored to have her here. You might have seen the interviews with her on, and her millions of followers, way more than mine. We are so grateful that she's in a safe place now, and all because she practices holistic medicine, one of the world's most famous holistic doctors. Honored to have you on the broadcast. Okay, so I'm going to keep with it though. So Stephen Howard, who probably doesn't like Dr. Bunch or me, he's in nursing, now midwifery, so I thought he might be okay. But then I saw, no, there's just something about him. Now I got all like fan. Okay, I got all like, what is the word? Oh, yeah. Oh, he's in SciBabe's group, which is obviously, I get them mixed up. They're Science Babe and SciBabe. I think she's the one who has Ehlers-Danlos like I do, but she's obviously, this is a group that hates all our pages, basically a hate page for the most part. She is a scientist, that's true, but a lot of hate, she throws a lot of shade at the holistic sites and the holistic doctors. We're all just quacks. But then it was the Immunization Advisory Center that really was a dead giveaway for Stephen Howard. So sorry, Stephen. And I went to their page. Let's see if I get this right. I don't want to go to somebody else's page by accident. And on there it says, great work. And not that I'm not trying to tell people they can make their own decision. I'm vaccine choice, but it says over 11,000 children vaccinated in a few weeks. They get their routine vaccinations. Of course, I look through the page and they're up to, following the schedule. And I don't know if they support mandatory vaccines, but if they don't, it appears they would. So anyway, that's how you get rid of a troll. So sorry, Stephen. So live, you can watch me. Let's see. Where did he go? Hold on. Don't want to show those nice profiles. So what I will do then, because Stephen Howard attempted to join the group, he's only been on Facebook since 2013, which is kind of a sign anyway. And then we will block him. So he will be declined. I don't know if that'll just block him privately. Oh boy, I don't know how it works. See, I don't usually do the work on this, but let's take a chance. He's blocked. So I hopefully that blocked him altogether. Feel free to get on Holistic Lives Matter. And that's how you get rid of a troll. So he was not accepted to the group. We are very careful when we see somebody, if they do get into the group or sneak in, we get them out immediately. Sometimes they go post screenshots of groups, even to groups like SciBabe. I'm not trying to throw any shade toward her. She does what she does. She believes what she believes. We both have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. We're both officially diagnosed. I'm supposed to get a spinal fusion for mine, which I am... by a holistic, I'm not the holistic doctor, wouldn't do it, but a holistic medical doctor is actually saying it looks like I need one who tries to do anything to avoid surgery. So you don't want to have Ehlers-Danlos. It's not fun. I trade people a lot of things over being born with this. Block all the way, says Danis. Block, says Andrus. I was booted from your group, says Rebecca. I don't remember why. It was months ago. I was shocked at the time. I fight the same fight as y'all. Can you look into it, please? Rebecca, we have now 3 people I'm hiring to just try to keep up with our thousands of emails. Right now, we have 3,000 emails in our inbox that we'll be looking at tomorrow morning. So you can send, I will never remember your comment here out of thousands or hundreds. If you can send an email to healthnutnews.com/contact. Say, please, can Aaron look into this? I can share it with our moderators, and no idea why. They moderate thousands of comments a day, a week. If you got into it with somebody, then they may have banned you. So usually they don't do so without good reason. I am actually, a lot of groups, they say they help moderate. They tell people like, hey, don't ban those people, leave them in there. I'm actually telling them they don't ban very much. So if they banned you, either it's an accident or something really happened. So feel free to write us if you want to get back in. Jessica, who also has Ehlers-Danlos, says, because she said it publicly in the last broadcast, unfortunately, there's still a lot with Ehlers-Danlos, especially in the associated groups, societies pages that are pro-vax and unaware. Jessica, that's right, and people do not understand that if you have Ehlers-Danlos and you are vaccinated, you could definitely up your chance at a vaccine injury like I did, getting encephalitis at 3 months old just after being adopted. I had a cold. It was winter. It was January. It was Chicago. Need I say more? Getting the DPT, now known as the DTaP, with the Marisol back then, which they didn't take out of the vaccines till 2001, I was severely injured. And then I was brought in an ice skating accident. Yeah, lots of crazy accidents for me, to emergency room. And they gave me one there, thinking that since I fell on the ice fully clothed, even though there was some blood, I had a bad accident because I was doing some pretty crazy ice skating stuff. And I was going all Tanya Harding out on the ice skating rink, let me tell you. And so I had a pretty hard fall, and they gave me one then, like an emergency. I was barely with it, and a Tdap at that point, which really sent me back. Okay, Valerie says, hi, by the way, sorry I haven't been around much, having a tough time fighting my Lyme disease. Valerie, so what I was just saying the other day is, if you do, and I might have said I have Ehlers-Danlos, I was born with Ehlers-Danlos, I'm working to come, and I'm guilty of it too, but we never want to own our disease. So if you say, if you have Lyme, say I'm overcoming Lyme, I'm working to overcome Lyme. You never want to say my Lyme disease or take ownership of it, because then that's what your brain hears. You never want to say, I don't even like uttering the words, but if some were to state they had their cancer, you do not want to state my cancer. You don't want to say that. So I would say that you're overcoming it, but I'm thinking of you very much, and I can't imagine. You might want to download the book on my site, which is free, healthnutnews.com. Right at the top of the page, boom, you can download In the Limelight. It's a full-length book that I wrote. Not a real long book, but it's not like these free PDF giveaways. It's a book, which you can read about me overcoming Lyme. So Ehlers-Danlos and Lyme, no fun. So nice, Aaron, to respond. Hey, Danis, no problem. My pleasure. Hi, Aaron, you're awesome. Thank you, Hallie. And again, I want to say that I want to just give a shout out to Dr. Farah Bunch. She's amazing. We'd followed each other before her the tragedy where they were trying, literally, she had her life threatened, and she explained that the lives of she and her family, her children, were threatened, and they did have to leave her beautiful holistic clinic in the Philippines. And but she's in a safe place now, but she's made a video that she's coming back stronger than ever. And we do love Dr. Farah Bunch, and so glad to have you here. One of my favorite holistic doctors in the world, and I know a lot. Nana says, took 2 decades to heal from Hep B vax injuries. Final piece to the healing puzzle was to get my body to start producing glutathione. Lots of Dr. Joe Mercola's information help. Thank you, Nana. That's great. And I know you're a longtime regular. Love you. Definitely. I will tell him that tonight. Jessica says epigenetics. And that's true, Jessica, because since I didn't know till last year, I wasn't diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos. Lots of people have hereditary, syndromes like Ehlers-Danlos syndrome they never knew they had. I'm hoping that since I feel like my genes didn't, for whatever reason, they started expressing themselves. Was it hormonal changes, whatever? So I believe that I can change that gene expression. So I'm hoping so. LOL, Tanya Harding, you're too funny. It was funny, says Keisha. I was just being a little silly there. Who knows if I'm funny? Tanya Harding might be funny. Fig says, word of California utility that reportedly caused latest Paradise Fires. PG&E are getting set to file bankruptcy. Wow. Fig, I think I paid a lot of bills to them over the years when I lived in California. Thank you, darling. I know you always have the latest breaking news, and we did do an article about PG&E, and I know a lot of people talked about DEW and direct energy weapons, but I do think that a big part of it was PG&E's irresponsibility, or responsibility or lack thereof. And no surprise, Fig, you know what will be the worst part in all this? That the people whose homes burnt down where their insurance doesn't cover it because PG&E is supposed to cover it, when they do file bankruptcy, I'm so sorry for the folks out there having lost a home in 91 to a tornado, our dog was killed, or cat was killed, that it's so tragic, and I feel for them because we did have insurance that covered it, and I don't know that they will. Good day, mate. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Michael Newman. Always good to see you. I think you're down under, right? Tammy says, you're right, Aaron. Our language with ourselves is key, and that is so true. So to the young woman who said that she had her Lyme, I just would say that you want to say I'm overcoming Lyme. And with me, I was born with Ehlers-Danlos, but I'm doing my best to overcome it, to change my gene expression, even though there's no doubt about it. I'd call my birth family because the doctor said, does your family have it? I'm adopted. Go call them up, get in contact with them, which I do know my biological family, found them in the most beautiful of ways. But yes, I do. And nobody told me. I mean, yeah, but it was my father's side. Go figure. Stay frosty, Aaron. We got you global. Thanks, Brian. Good to see you yet again tonight. The house we lived in was full of ticks. Oh no, neighbors took down trees and they had ticks. Keisha, I'm so sorry. That's not good, especially in regard to Lyme. And got to head out, but wanted to send positive energy love, says Nana. I got to head out too. I'm training somebody. They're owned by the Rothschilds. Brian, what isn't these days, right? I have to Google that. Never heard of the Danlos thing. Deborah, there are more people that have it than folks realize. So it's EHLERS. Just look up Danlos syndrome and you'll get it. You got the last part right. DANLOS. And it's EHLERS. Good night from Europe, says Danis. Danis, always great to see you, and good night. And we're almost done. And Barbara says, hello from Sweden. I've been lucky in life with not many vaccinations. Wow, yeah. Sweden's a great place to live, by the way. I haven't been there in far too many years. She says, Holistic Lives Matter. We are fortunate to have you and Dr. Mercola to follow. Oh, thank you. I'm going to give Barbara a heart too, and love you, and great to see you in Sweden. You must be up late, but have a beautiful night there. And I hope to make it back over soon. Jessica says, can't forget Del Bigtree. Definitely. He lost his house in a fire. So I felt for him having lost our own. I know it was his mother-in-law's, but still they were living in it while he was touring and things. And having lost my family house, it's in our pets, it sucks. I'm glad their animals got out. Fran Griffin says, just dropped in from the gray skies of all year Wales. Oh, Fran, I'm sorry. It's gray there in Wales, and I haven't been in far too long as well. Got some ancestors, relatives there, and thinking of you in the gray skies, right? We need some vitamin D. Come on. Keisha says, have a great day. Night, everyone. You too, Keisha. And Joseph says, fleas. Tina says, thank you for all you do. Thank you, Tina Isaacs. It's always great to see you, beautiful, and everybody here. I just wanted to show you how to spot a troll, block a troll, and move on. So that young man was, who knows, I didn't go through his profile and show his pictures if he had any. I didn't even look. You don't have time. You just move on to the next person on the list, because we have hundreds and hundreds every day who want to get into Holistic Lives Matter, but we do have them, answer a few questions. And sometimes, shockingly, my intuition's on. Go with your intuition. Don't listen to was it Ohio State that said, oh, scientists said you shouldn't go with your intuition. It's not good. Well, yeah, let me tell you something. I don't care what the scientists say at that university. I think it's a great idea to go with your intuition. And I go with mine, and when I don't, that's when I always regret it and kick myself, right? Jessica says true. Ehlers-Danlos isn't as rare as most think. Jessica, it's amazing now that they're saying, well, there is one medical doctor who actually has EDS, as we call it, who says 1 in 4 people could have it. So if you have crazy hypermobility, sometime I may do a video and show you guys how I can twist myself up like a pretzel. And the doctor who diagnosed me is almost 70s. He's an expert in the Southeast, and I had to go to a different city to get diagnosed. But he said, basically your ancestors were probably, some of them were in the circus. I was like, oh my gosh, because they're so flexible and stretchy, or in Cirque du Soleil. But sometimes they can get very injured if they were in Cirque and had it. We feed on trolls like sharks, says Brian. Bring it. Oh, Brian, I'll tag you on a thread because we got some bad ones right now. Just ignore them. So, all right, guys, love you so. And some of them even have their own followings. These little cults have started of the trolls. And then what they do is they try to get our readers or some of the people on the fence are just really weak. They're unhealthy, and try to get them on there, tell them GMOs are great, get more vaccines. DMSO, Pam, hey, I've used DMSO for my slap tear in my shoulder. It's really great stuff. I love it, but got to be careful. Don't want to obviously make sure I don't want to treat or diagnose, but if it were me, I make sure that I wash in the area, very much, because anything on there is going to get sucked right in. I quite agree. Ehlers-Danlos is not rare, says Nola. My daughter was diagnosed at age 38. See, Nola, yeah, you don't have to be like me. I wasn't, 20 or anything when I was diagnosed. And now we know other Facebook friends, social media, good sites. Hey, Nola, always feel free to send some of those healthnutnews.com/contact. I was only diagnosed last year. I'm adopted. Didn't know, never, honestly, I'd heard about it from one friend who had it, and I thought she was just trying to she has something wrong, not wrong with her, but she has Ehlers-Danlos. I don't want to say there's anything wrong with me. And she told me, I think you might have it. I thought, oh, come on, just because you have it doesn't mean I do. But it turned out she was right. And I'm so glad that I finally listened. Kimberly says, my sister had it and I'm on the scale too. Kimberly, well, I'm thinking of you. So many, as you can see. I think this will become so much more prevalent. And that it's important that people know about it. Yep, trust your instinct, says Karen, and take care of you. And that's right, Karen. And you all take care of yourselves too. Sweet Deagle, always good to see you. He says the trolls are out of control everywhere. I know, Deagle. Are they bad or what? Trolls on notice. Yep, there's a page that started on our page, had posting, and they're sending their friends there. And yes, we did then share their link because they're talking about us in there. But we've got a vegan group there. I have a lot of people who are vegan. I have people who are carnivores or omnivores or, plant-based, or some are vegan, vegetarian, all over the place. But a lot of the vegan people into health may be doing that because they have health challenges. And there's some great vegans out there. But unfortunately, there's a few who are taking advantage of the ones who have been sick and trying their best to get them against us, and to, some may have super, super bad health challenges, but tell them to get their flu shot and their Gardasil shots and get shots while they're pregnant. And then it's really sad. I mean, that's of course your decision, but some of them then have gone into further despair as far as health because they listen, because they don't know. A lot of people really have challenges with their health right now, so they'll try their hardest to get them to go over their side, and there should be no side, but unfortunately some of these people are pharma controlled. My late aunt was extremely flexible and hypermobile. Well, may your aunt rest in peace, Jessica. She probably was on this, was probably at EDS if you do. Brian says, we will rend this, trolls. Don't waste your time. Brian, hop on over to Holistic Lives Matter. We got a thread going on it. Diane says, EDS, we do not make collagen like others. I know, Diane, my skin changed so suddenly, and that's why one of the reasons why I did the skincare line. I have my own little boutique line. Bottom line, speaking of lines, says our chemistry cannot possibly be the same as those who do not have Ehlers-Danlos. DNA disrupted, who knows what the ecological pollution does to us. That's right, Diane. We are so much more susceptible, right? And Brian says, stay far, far away from vaccines. Well, especially with Ehlers-Danlos. I did do a story on a gal who had gotten the Gardasil and died afterwards, and she did have Ehlers-Danlos. Come on, connection? Hello? After her Gardasil shot. Hallie says, I saw that, and it's really sad. Karen says, I'm concerned about 5G. Seems like they're quietly installing. Just did a video, Marilyn Monroe, always good to see you. And yes, we're going to be doing some upcoming videos and like maybe even a workshop. I did a workshop. I did like 3 on about EMFs and rolling out the 5G network. So get on healthnutnews.com because obviously we have more to share that. Really awkward living next door to trolls. Pro-vax ones, Jessica says. Oh no. And there's most of the country is pro-vaccine. That's okay. But it's the ones that really seek out to harm and badmouth and just lie and libel like they do about Joe, Dr. Mercola, and me all the time because we speak out against vaccines. And we have 2 of the larger sites that do. Maybe the largest. I don't know. All right. Love you guys. See you next time. Have a good night. Get in Holistic Lives Matter. And that was how to spot a troll and block a troll and spot, block, and roll. All right. On that note, I love you guys. I got to go train somebody because we're doubling our team so you won't see those typos that I make so much because I won't be doing 5 things at once and working 80 hours. So, and Jessica, good luck with that troll. All right. How's your TV show coming along? That's a good question, Pam. I will have an update on the newsletter on that. I am waiting it's really interesting, Pam. My friend makes films in Hollywood. I mean, he was my neighbor years ago. I watched him go from working at a delivery place to making Hollywood motion pictures that you can see in movie theaters. Really good ones, actually, that cover not documentaries, but films with star actors, but they're talking about important subjects. He makes good stuff. He's on our side, right? So he said, Aaron, until the day the cameras are rolling, I never thought the stuff was going to happen, and it was going to happen. So I have a contract for a TV show with one of the biggest. It's a TV series about the doctors. I asked for no money. I've spent a ton of money on lawyers to make sure the contract was done right, but the cameras haven't started rolling yet. So we will see what happens. You know what? And if it doesn't work with them, my contract's up. We'll do it with someone else if they don't. But this week, tomorrow, I got to talk to my lawyers about that. It's been hard with the holidays. So Brian says, your concern is real, Karen. They're lying to us about 5G. That's true. Fluoroquinolones. So fluoroquinolones since 1983 are also extremely damaging. Yes, Diane, definitely. I was damaged by, I don't like to say the word damaged, but injured very severely by Cipro, which is a fluoroquinolone. And they're frightening. So I personally would never take Cipro again in my life. I wouldn't, if I were anyone, I wouldn't take it. All right. Good night, Pam. I love you too, Golnaz. Deagle says, did I miss the post about who won red light? Deagle, we still haven't done it. I did a video on the beach and I said, I know it was the holidays were so tough. And then we're training people and somebody starting in 48 hours that doesn't even know what she's going to be doing. So we have 2 whole new jobs. So I made a video on the beach an hour ago and said I was going to announce it. Hopefully tonight. Okay, we're going to do it. We got to do it, Deagle. There's still a chance you might win because we have not given it away. Get on that newsletter, you guys. There's still hours left. I know, Deagle. I was supposed to do it Christmas Day, the New Year's Day, and I'd made a whole video about like that. I'm a little behind. Just bear with me. The holidays didn't help. Healthnutnews.com. Get on the newsletter. Karen says, wow, it's amazing. Can't wait to see your show. Thanks, Karen. Yep, they make a lot of the big shows you see in Hollywood, but there's always that chance. That's why I asked for creative control, because I want it to be done right and in memory of these doctors who have died and no longer have a voice. Brian says, always good, Aaron. Perhaps I will jump over. Got to hack Thrash. And yeah, Brian, I got to tag you. Is Joe in Georgia? Does he have an interview in Georgia early this morning? Heather, he actually was flying through Georgia hours ago. So it's interesting that you said that. I don't think he had an interview there, but it was in Georgia. Did you see him what did you see him in Atlanta International? That's pretty funny. Christine says, my son's girlfriend to get the set to get the HPV vaccine next month. I wish she wouldn't. Oh, I'm thinking of you, Christine, and your family. That's so tough when that happens and we don't have any say in it. Thank you, Deagle. I've got like 3 now, but we'll be having social media people, full-time. We have a full-time assistant, but we have another full-time assistant. We're growing that quickly. I realized I have a friend who has a smaller site than mine. She says she has 30 people. I have like 2. I'm one of them. Jessica says to those, took those, a few of those. And I also have the great volunteers, and Deagle knows who they are, who help so much. So we might be bringing some of them on to the team. Took those, a few of those into my lifetime, also as many as 4 Gardasil shots. Jessica, I'm so sorry. A good night, Barbara in Sweden. She says, really late here. Barbara's got to go to bed. Dr. Michael Archer says, I'm checking in. I'm back from way up north. Good, Michael. I didn't want to say anything while you're away, but I hope you had a great time. up in Alaska. Is that okay to say? That's Dr. Michael Archer, Yale graduate. We love Dr. Archer, and he and I did the Discovery Show together on The Doctors. All right, got to go. Love you. See you next time. Get on that newsletter. Still time to win. I know Deagle's on there waiting to win that red light therapy bed by Mercola. Huge thing. You can lie down, and it's better. Well, it's not better. I love our Joovv. By the way, nothing of Joovv is amazing, but you can't, like my purse sitting there, you can't lie down. What I love about the Mercola, it's not LED. The Joovv is divine, but you have to stand. And I love the Mercola red light bed. Why am I giving it away? Because you get to lie down and it just takes up more room. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Mwah. Hugs and everybody. And Dr. Archer, I'm going to tag you on a thread you need to see. Okay, peace out and good night, guys. Hey, Judy. Okay. Oh, Judy says I live close enough to pick it up. That's always good, Judy Kuhn. Judy Kuhn Green. So to do Judy Kuhn Green, make sure that you get on the newsletter tonight. If you're not on there, go to the healthnutnews.com, top of page, picture me looking dazed and confused. Judy Kuhn Green, please get on the newsletter tonight if you're not already. Brian says, I'll catch up with you. Stay real. You too, Brian. Love you guys and good night. Erin Elizabeth, healthnutnews.com. Be sure to get in our group, Holistic Lives Matter. Oh, Judy says, haha, love you. I am. All right. Hope you win, Judy. Good night, guys.